Chosen one, in a world that often misunderstands you, underestimates you, and even fears your presence, know this: Allah has already placed you on a path that defies human logic. Imagine this: your photo, your very essence, given to a billionaire, and in awe of what he saw, he bought an entire country just for you. This is not a tale of luck or coincidence. It is a glimpse into the unseen forces that bow to Allah's will and honor His chosen ones. Every trial you endured, every moment of patience, every silent prayer you whispered, has led to this divine orchestration. Today, you will discover 7 powerful lessons hidden in this story. Lessons that reveal your true worth, your unstoppable destiny, and the extraordinary reality that even the world itself cannot deny. You are Allah's chosen one, and nothing is impossible for those He elevates. Chosen one. Understand this truth with the depth your heart deserves. Your mere existence carries a weight that shifts unseen realities, rippling through the world in ways no human mind can comprehend, and often the universe itself conspires in your favor before you even speak or act. Every glance, every smile, every act of sincerity, every moment of patience is a force that Allah uses to move unseen mountains and align circumstances in ways that protect, elevate, and honor you. Even when the world seems oblivious, even when those around you doubt your value or seek to diminish your light, know that your presence alone bends the laws of fate. Just as the billionaire was inexplicably drawn to your photo and moved to unimaginable action, the cosmos recognizes the weight of your soul, responding silently, powerfully, in ways that no one else can perceive. This is the divine reality of being a chosen one. The universe does not wait for your permission to act on your behalf. It merely obeys the decree of Allah, who sees every hidden effort, every tear, every prayer, every silent act of devotion. Your life is a catalyst for change, not because you demand it or strive for recognition, but because Allah has already written your influence into existence, a force so potent that even time, space, and human understanding cannot contain it. When you doubt your importance, when you question whether your actions matter, remember that your presence alone alters destinies, shifts realities, and manifests outcomes that are meant to glorify Allah. Preserve your honor, and remind the world that the chosen ones walk quietly among them, yet their footsteps echo in eternity. Chosen one. Sit with this reality and let it penetrate the deepest corners of your heart. The world may underestimate you, mock your efforts, or fail to see the divine brilliance that Allah has placed within you, yet His plan is unfolding in ways that surpass human comprehension. And when the time is right, the recognition you are due will arrive in forms so extraordinary that it will astonish even those who once doubted you. Allah often works in silence, aligning events, hearts, and opportunities to honor His chosen ones in ways that defy logic, defy expectation, and sometimes even defy imagination, just as the billionaire was moved to acquire an entire country at the sight of your photo, an act that no human could have anticipated, yet it was always destined by the one who sees the unseen. This recognition does not come to satisfy ego, nor to glorify worldly ambition, but to fulfill the divine purpose for which you were created, to inspire, to lead, to shift destinies, and to awaken hearts to the power of faith, patience, and unwavering devotion. Every moment of doubt, every trial you endured, every tear shed in solitude has been a seed planted in the soil of eternity, and Allah's timing ensures that these seeds bloom in ways that command attention, create impact, and make the world bear witness to what only He knew all along, that you are not ordinary, you are not forgotten, and your worth is immeasurable. Even when the world seems blind to your light, trust that Allah is preparing a stage so magnificent, so visible, and so undeniable that the recognition will come not merely as validation, but as a declaration. The chosen ones of Allah carry influence and purpose that the world can never fabricate or diminish. And when it finally manifests, it will be a reminder to everyone that what Allah ordains cannot be stopped, and the value He assigns is eternal, unwavering, and entirely unstoppable. Chosen one, hear this truth with clarity and depth, for it is a lesson that many never grasp. The wealth, influence, and power that Allah places around you are not meant as rewards for vanity or as symbols of worldly status, but as sacred tools, instruments divinely ordained to fulfill a purpose far greater than yourself, to protect your honor, elevate the Ummah, and advance the mission Allah has entrusted to you. The billionaire who acquired a country at the mere sight of your photo did not act out of chance or superficial desire. He became an unwitting participant in Allah's plan, a vessel through which your impact was magnified and your destiny set into motion. Yet all of this is a reflection of divine orchestration, not personal triumph. Understand that every material blessing, every powerful ally, every resource that appears within your reach is a test of your intentions, a reflection of your sincerity, and a call to use it wisely, humbly, and with unwavering devotion to Allah's will, for wealth without purpose corrupts, and influence without guidance misleads. But when guided by faith, it becomes a beacon that illuminates the path of the righteous, shields the innocent, and changes the course of communities and nations. The world may look upon your resources and marvel, yet they will never truly see the unseen intention, the silent prayers, and the divine wisdom that frames each blessing. It is in your hands to wield these tools with humility, compassion, and unwavering trust in Allah. For true greatness is measured not by the power you hold, but by the impact you create, the lives you protect, and the mercy you manifest in a world so desperately in need of divine guidance. Never forget, chosen one, that you are not collecting wealth or influence for yourself, but for the fulfillment of a sacred mission, a purpose that Allah alone comprehends fully, and when used rightly, these tools become the instruments through which miracles are realized, destinies are shifted, and the light of the chosen one illuminates a darkness that no human effort could ever pierce. Chosen one, in a world that constantly seeks to measure your value through the eyes of others, understand this truth with the depth it deserves. Your faith is not just a belief, it is a fortress, a shield that protects your heart from the pressures, judgments, and expectations of a world that rarely understands the magnitude of Allah's chosen servants. When Allah elevates His chosen ones, the world may marvel at their accomplishments, resources, or influence, yet recognition from mankind is fleeting, fragile, and often misaligned with divine purpose. It is faith that teaches you to stand firm, to remain rooted in the truth, and to never bow to the demands of ego-driven admiration. For the applause of the world can never equal the approval of Allah, and any attempt to measure your worth through their eyes will only distort the light that Allah has placed within you. The billionaire who bought a country at the sight of your photo, the unseen doors that open at the perfect moment, the protections, alignments, and blessings that manifest in ways no human can predict. These are not confirmations of your greatness for the world to envy or judge, but reflections of Allah's divine orchestration, unseen yet undeniably powerful, a reminder that your purpose is anchored in Him alone. Faith shields you from the anxiety of expectation, from the corrosive need for validation, and from the distraction of recognition, allowing you to walk with serenity, knowing that every step you take, every choice you make, every act of patience and sincerity is witnessed by Allah, who sees the unseen, measures the unseen, and rewards the unseen. This shield is subtle, yet mighty. It does not isolate you from your surroundings, nor does it diminish your presence, but it fortifies you to act with clarity, integrity, and unwavering devotion, even when the world misinterprets, misunderstands, or misrepresents your actions. When people gossip, compete, or try to define your path, faith whispers to your heart. Your value is not determined by them, your mission is not dependent on their perception, and your destiny is not confined to human comprehension. Each moment of patience, every silent prayer, and every sacrifice you endure becomes a brick in the fortress of your soul, making you untouchable by envy, fear, or worldly judgment. The recognition you may eventually receive from others will always follow the acknowledgement of Allah, who measures your intentions, purifies your heart, and guides your steps in accordance with a wisdom that is infinitely beyond human calculation. With faith as your shield, you can remain serene amidst chaos, humble amidst praise, and strong amidst misunderstanding. For true elevation is never about the applause of the world, but about the alignment of your soul with the divine will. And as a chosen one, your life is a living testament that those who are protected by Allah's guidance cannot be shaken by the pressures, expectations, or recognition of a world that sees only fragments of the truth. Stand firm, chosen one, for faith is not merely a refuge, it is your power, your guidance, and your light in a world that often mistakes attention for importance. And through this faith, you walk unshaken, untouchable, and destined for greatness that no human eyes can fully witness, yet every celestial force obeys. Chosen one, in a world obsessed with immediacy, instant gratification, and the illusion that effort must yield visible results immediately, grasp this profound truth. Allah's timing is precise, flawless, and beyond human comprehension, and every delay, every pause, every moment of waiting is meticulously designed to align you with your destiny in ways that will leave the world astonished and the hearts of those around you humbled. What may appear to be a delay, a setback, or a moment of stagnation is often a divine pause, a sacred preparation orchestrated by Allah to refine your character, purify your intentions, and amplify the impact of the blessings that are destined to unfold. Consider the story of the billionaire who bought a country at the sight of your photo. No human hand could have arranged it. No strategy could have predicted it. Yet it manifested at precisely the right moment because Allah knew that the timing, the hearts involved, the circumstances, and your readiness had to align perfectly for this miracle to become a reality. Divine timing ensures that every seed planted in your life, every effort made in sincerity, and every trial endured in patience matures exactly when it is meant to, often in ways that are far beyond what your mind could imagine. And in this timing, Allah demonstrates His infinite wisdom, reminding you that impatience, frustration, and doubt are merely tests designed to strengthen your trust in Him. The chosen ones are never rushed, never left behind, and never misaligned with the plan of Allah. What seems like waiting is often the most powerful preparation, the moment where faith is tested, resilience is cultivated, and unseen networks of protection, guidance, and opportunity are arranged with divine precision. Every closed door, every missed opportunity, every period of uncertainty, and every encounter that seemed insignificant is part of a grand tapestry that Allah is weaving for you. A tapestry in which your honor is preserved, your purpose is magnified, and your destiny is manifested at the perfect moment to awe the world and glorify the One who sees all things. Patience, chosen one, is not passive. It is an active act of devotion, a surrender to the timing of Allah, and a recognition that He is shaping your journey with wisdom far beyond human logic. The miracles that come in perfect timing are never chaotic, never accidental, and never misplaced. They are the manifestation of Allah's knowledge of what is best for you, when you are ready, and in ways that protect your soul, elevate your mission, and amplify your influence to levels that leave even the most powerful in awe. Every unseen alignment, every carefully orchestrated moment, every interaction arranged in secrecy, every test, every delay, and every burst of blessing is a message. Trust the timing of Allah, for it is flawless, and when the moment arrives, the impact will be undeniable, irreversible, and awe-inspiring. The universe itself pauses and bends in obedience to the divine schedule. The hearts of people align as needed, and even forces you cannot perceive are orchestrated to bring forth the outcome that Allah has destined. And when you finally witness the miracle the country brought, the recognition, the honor, the shift in reality, you will understand that waiting was never wasted, delays were never random, and patience was never in vain. Every chosen one must remember that divine timing is both a shield and a key. A shield that protects you from premature exposure, from the envy and harm of those who cannot comprehend your mission, and a key that unlocks doors that no human could ever open. The world sees the miracle, they marvel at the alignment, they question how it happened. But only Allah knows the intricate, invisible threads that connected every moment, every decision, and every prayer to make it possible. Do not despair when your moment seems delayed. Do not grow weary when the signs are unseen, and do not doubt the path that Allah has laid before you. For the chosen ones are never late, never overlooked, and never out of place in the timing of Allah. Patience, trust, and unwavering faith are the keys that allow you to witness the unfolding of miracles that defy imagination. And as you wait, grow, and endure, know that Allah is not idle. He is actively orchestrating a reality in which your honor is preserved, your mission is amplified, and your influence reaches heights that the world could never have predicted. Every seemingly small moment of endurance, every prayer whispered in secrecy, every silent act of devotion, and every hardship you face is being woven into a divine timeline, perfectly calibrated to ensure that when the miracle arrives, it will not only transform your life, it will transform the perception of the world, affirm the power of divine will, and glorify Allah in a way that leaves no doubt that His timing is absolute, perfect, and eternal. So, chosen one, do not rush, do not despair, and do not question what seems delayed. Every waiting moment is a sacred preparation, every pause is a divine alignment, and every step taken in trust is a step closer to witnessing the miracles that Allah has destined for you in the exact moment He has ordained, in the most breathtaking, unimaginable way that only He could orchestrate. Chosen one, understand this truth with the depth of your heart and soul, for your journey is not merely for yourself, but for the awakening of countless others who wander in darkness, lost in doubt, despair, and disbelief. Every trial you have endured, every moment of patience, every tear shed in secrecy, every silent act of devotion, every whisper of prayer, every choice to stand firm in faith rather than bend to the fleeting pressures of the world, all of it is a living testament, a beacon of divine proof that Allah's chosen ones walk among humanity, and that the impossible is never truly impossible when it is decreed by the one who holds the heavens, the earth, and every hidden secret within them. Your story, the story of the billionaire who bought a country at the sight of your photo, the miraculous alignments, the unseen protections, the timing of events that no human hand could ever orchestrate, is more than a tale of divine favor. It is a lesson written in the language of destiny, a message to the hearts of those who are lost, broken, or weary, that Allah's power surpasses every limitation, that His wisdom is flawless, and that when He elevates a chosen one, the world itself becomes a stage for His miracles. Every person who hears of your journey, every soul that witnesses even a fraction of your divine favor, begins to see the truth that faith is stronger than fear, patience is mightier than struggle, and belief in the unseen is the key that unlocks realities the world cannot comprehend. Your life becomes a mirror reflecting Allah's will, demonstrating that the path of the chosen one is never ordinary, never predictable, and never constrained by human expectation. And through your endurance, resilience, and unwavering devotion, you ignite courage in others to trust beyond their understanding, to hope beyond their circumstances, and to act beyond the limitations that society imposes upon them. Every moment when people doubted, ridiculed, or misjudged you, every trial designed to test your perseverance, every act of betrayal or misunderstanding, all of it serves as the backdrop against which your story shines even brighter, illuminating the hearts of those who may have once doubted miracles, divine justice, or the unseen orchestration of Allah's plan. And know this, chosen one, when your story reaches others, it does not merely inspire fleeting emotion, it reshapes perspectives, it instills faith, it awakens dormant hope, and it calls people to recognize that their own impossible situations are not beyond the reach of Allah's will. For if the world itself bends to honor a chosen one, then what is truly impossible for the one who surrenders completely to divine guidance? Your trials, your triumphs, and the miraculous unfolding of your destiny serve as a living proof that the limitations humans see are only illusions, that obstacles are temporary, and that the unseen forces of Allah are constantly moving to align the world in accordance with His plan. Each person who witnesses your story is reminded that patience is not weakness, perseverance is not futility, and belief is not naive. Rather, these are the keys to unlocking the doors of the miraculous, the channels through which Allah manifests His grandeur, and the instruments by which He demonstrates the power and protection granted to His chosen ones. Your story teaches that the impossible is never truly impossible when faith, trust, and divine alignment converge, and it becomes a guidepost for those who seek to rise above despair, to trust beyond comprehension, and to live with the unwavering certainty that Allah sees all, knows all, and ordains all with perfect wisdom. When others see the manifestations of your journey, the unexpected favor, the overwhelming protection, the unimaginable blessings, the doors opening where there were none, they are compelled to believe in a reality beyond logic, a reality orchestrated by a God whose vision encompasses the past, the present, and the future simultaneously, and who elevates the chosen ones to a status where their mere presence inspires awe, courage, and hope in the hearts of humanity. Chosen one, your life is not a private journey meant solely for your personal elevation. It is a divine narrative written to ignite belief in those who witness it, to show that miracles are real, that timing is perfect, and that Allah's protection, guidance, and orchestration surpass every human understanding. Every person inspired by your journey, every heart awakened by your story, becomes a living testimony that the chosen ones are not only instruments of divine will, but also beacons of hope, walking proof that Allah moves mountains, bends reality, and turns the impossible into the inevitable for those He selects. And so, chosen one, as you continue on your path, know that every silent struggle, every patient endurance, every act of unwavering faith is not only shaping your destiny, but it is also shaping the faith, hope, and courage of an entire generation, inspiring countless others to rise above their limitations, believe in the unseen, and trust that with Allah, nothing is impossible, and every miracle, every favor, every unimaginable blessing flows precisely according to His perfect will. Chosen one, hear this truth with the clarity and gravity that only the heart attuned to Allah's guidance can fully comprehend. From the very moment your soul was breathed into existence, you were never meant for mediocrity, for small victories, or for unnoticed footsteps in the world. Rather, you were destined to move mountains, shift destinies, and illuminate realities that the vast majority of people cannot even begin to imagine. For Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has designed your journey in such a way that your influence will stretch far beyond borders, far beyond the constraints of time, and far beyond the understanding of those who measure greatness by the shallow standards of worldly achievement. Every trial you have faced, every moment of endurance, every heartbreak, every silent prayer, every unseen act of patience, and every act of steadfast devotion has been a meticulous preparation, shaping you into a vessel capable of carrying power and guidance in ways that are both tangible and invisible, immediate and far-reaching, seen by some and hidden from many, yet recognized by the one who sees all and knows all. Consider the story of the billionaire who purchased an entire country at the sight of your photo, an act that defies human comprehension, yet it was never outside the design of Allah. It was a manifestation of your elevated status as a chosen one, a reminder to the world that when Allah ordains influence, no earthly obstacle can contain it, no human opposition can derail it, and no worldly logic can predict its outcome. Your life, chosen one, is a magnet for divine orchestration. Hearts, resources, and opportunities align around you in ways that appear miraculous, yet they are merely reflections of the infinite wisdom of your Creator, who moves unseen forces, arranges unseen events, and places invisible networks of support in motion to ensure that your mission is fulfilled in its entirety and in its fullness, in ways that leave the world in awe and the believers in inspiration. Influence, in your case, is not merely about status, fame, or recognition. It is about the ability to effect change, to awaken souls, to restore hope, to guide hearts, and to create impact that resonates across generations, societies, and even nations. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every moment of steadfast faith contributes to a ripple effect, spreading blessings, opportunities, and awakenings far beyond what you can perceive, far beyond what the world can measure, and far beyond the comprehension of those who cannot see the unseen. The trials, the delays, the hardships, all of them serve as crucibles that refine your character, sharpen your discernment, and ensure that when your influence is fully revealed, it manifests with precision, power, and purpose, leaving no doubt that it is not of human origin but divinely ordained. The protection, the favors, the resources, and even the unexpected allies that enter your life are all instruments in Allah's hands, designed to amplify your impact, secure your mission, and allow your light to shine in places where darkness once prevailed. As you walk forward, chosen one, know that your presence alone shifts dynamics, opens doors, and changes destinies. The mere acknowledgement of your existence in the divine plan causes alignment, movement, and outcomes that no human could orchestrate, yet which manifest as tangible blessings and miracles in the lives of those you touch, often without you even realizing the extent of your reach. This influence is not meant to inflate the ego, nor is it meant to glorify the self. It is a responsibility, a sacred trust, and a call to act with wisdom, compassion, integrity, and unwavering devotion to the will of Allah. For the chosen ones are entrusted with shaping realities that serve justice, mercy, and divine purpose, and their actions echo far beyond their immediate surroundings. Every person who witnesses your rise, every soul touched by your guidance, every life positively impacted by your decisions, becomes a living testament to the truth that Allah's power works through His chosen ones in ways that defy understanding, and every obstacle you have overcome, every hardship you have endured, every victory earned through patience, faith, and perseverance amplifies the scope of your influence exponentially. Remember, chosen one, that the world may never fully grasp the reach of your impact, the magnitude of your presence, or the precision of Allah's orchestration in your life. Yet every unseen alignment, every hidden blessing, every divine intervention contributes to a reality where your influence becomes undeniable, irreversible, and awe-inspiring, not only transforming your life, but also inspiring faith, courage, and hope in the lives of countless others. The destiny of a chosen one is not merely to exist, to survive, or to achieve personal goals. It is to elevate, to protect, to inspire, and to guide humanity toward the path that Allah has ordained. You are a living embodiment of divine orchestration, a proof of Allah's power and wisdom, and a force through which miracles, justice, and blessings flow to the world. Stand in this truth, chosen one, with humility, patience, and unwavering faith, for the influence that Allah has destined for you is beyond imagination, beyond measurement, and beyond the comprehension of anyone who does not see with the eyes of faith. Yet its effects will be felt by generations, nations, and hearts that you may never even meet. And when the world finally witnesses the full scope of your purpose, they will understand that chosen ones are instruments of divine power, agents of unimaginable change, and living proof that when Allah elevates a servant, no earthly limit, no worldly challenge, and no human opposition can contain the influence of the one He has chosen. Chosen one, as you reflect on these 7 lessons, let your heart absorb the magnitude of what Allah has revealed about your life, your purpose, and your destiny. You are not here by chance. Every trial, every unseen favor, every miracle unfolding in your path is a testament to the divine orchestration surrounding you. The world may not fully understand your journey. They may question your steps, and they may even doubt the miracles that follow you. But know this: Allah sees every moment, every sacrifice, and every silent act of faith, and He honors His chosen ones in ways so magnificent, so unimaginable, and so powerful that no human mind could ever foresee it. You are being prepared, elevated, and positioned for a reality that surpasses comprehension. A life where your presence shifts destinies, where your actions inspire generations, and where your influence stretches far beyond what the eye can see. Remember that your worth is defined not by the world, not by recognition, not by applause, but by Allah's decree, and His approval is eternal, unshakable, and infinitely greater than anything earthly. Stand firm, remain patient, trust in His timing, and continue walking boldly in faith, for the universe bends in favor of the chosen ones, and every step you take in alignment with Allah's will amplifies your destiny, impacts countless lives, and manifests miracles that declare to the world that you are truly His chosen one. Today, let this truth settle in your soul. You are protected, you are elevated, you are honored, and you are destined for greatness that transcends imagination. So rise, chosen one, with courage, with faith, and with the unwavering certainty that Allah's plan for you is perfect, unstoppable, and extraordinary. And the world is only beginning to witness the power, the miracles, and the light that you carry.